Hello, everyone of Schmick Squadron. I am Donovan, and we have a new ban list to talk about. And the timing of this ban list is a little peculiar. But of course, we had YCS Pittsburgh that happened last weekend, so maybe that was one of the reasons why we got a ban list. Who knows? There were like Zodiac in every single deck in the top 32 at YCS Pittsburgh. So maybe that did have some sort of impact. A lot of people like to call this an emergency ban list. I kind of don't see it as that because usually, the last emergency ban list that we did have for the Pepe format, you saw cards that only were put on the list. And even then, they weren't officially put on the list. They were only on the list for regionals and anything like any tournament that was bigger. So like you could still go to your locals and play full power Pepe if your locals allowed that. So let's get on to this ban list. Let's start with the cards that got banned. And there was only one card, Elder Entity Norden. Doesn't it feel so sweet to see him go? But in all seriousness, this was a card that if you had been with this channel for a while, I'm not a big fan of Elder Entity Norden. I think it's a very unhealthy card. I just eventually though grew to just accept the fact that he's in the game. Back like a year ago, I was just banging on the table, ban Norden, ban Norden. But I guess it took Zodiac taking like 5 to 15-minute turns doing their little Zodiac combo with Lunalight Black Sheep and Fusion Substitute to finally have Konami say, okay, enough is enough. It's time to ban this card. So I'm personally glad. I know a lot of people really don't like to see Norden go. A lot of people really like to see Norden go. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about Norden getting banned? So, Speedroid Teratop. That's the first card that got limited. One of two cards that got limited. So, Speedroid Teratop. A little too late, I feel. Oh, just a little too late. Now, obviously, as someone like myself who plays Phantom Knights and really enjoys that, instant rank 3 engine that Speedroid Teratop gave you, and the flexibility it gave me, not only just going into a synchro play, but I could also go into an XZ, this had to happen. It was a better version of Tour Guide of the Underworld, which was already at 1, long before Speedroid Teratop came out, so it just had to happen. It had to happen. I hate to say it, but it had to happen. And for me personally, I have the Predator Plan engine with me, so I could play that in my Phantom Knights. And in a way, it kind of works a little better with the Phantom Knights because you could send a Phantom Knight from your hand to grave, get its effect, and then therefore, you could just make a Levier, bring that back, and then maybe special boots, do all that shenanigans. But yeah, Teratop. It had to happen. I thought it was going to happen last list, that and Norden, but hey, I was about 2.5 months, off. But next card was very strange. That Grass Looks Greener got put to 1, and I know Seth is very upset about that. I am not, because I had to play against Seth so many times when he was playing 60-card Infernoids, and there's something in my eye. That was just not fun at all. It was just like, activate grass, I win. I mean, that's just how it felt sometimes when you played That Grass Looks Greener. Now, obviously, that wasn't the case all the time, but it felt like that most of the time. So, I am glad it's at 1, but it's very strange because 60-card decks weren't were sort of fading out in a way because of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Can just negate right off the bat that card, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe some people will still play 60 card decks. Then again, this ban list doesn't take an effect for another few weeks. I know we are going to a regional in St. Louis. That's just about a week before this ban list actually goes into effect. So, still, it's just very strange to see that grass look screener go to 1. It's strange. If I had to describe it, this is strange. Nothing got semi-limited. I don't think anything needed to get semi-limited. 3 cards. 3 cards went off the list. Just got taken off the list entirely. And I am not happy with these cards going to 3. I'm not happy about them. And let me just say what they are first, in case you didn't know what this ban list was. Performapal, Skull, Crobat, Joker, which was previously at 1. Wisdom Eye Magician, which was previously at 2. And Pendulum Call, previously at 1. I'm not a big fan of this. And that's mainly because I'm just not a big fan of pendulums. I got very, sick of constantly playing against pendulums for a long time. And, a card like Skull Crobat Joker, that card should not be at 3. I don't care what you say. It's basically a Stratos 2.0. Because it can search not only Performapals, it can search Magicians, it can search Odd Eyes. So it has so much flexibility. Same thing as Stratos. So why put that back at 3? I do not know. And then Pendulum Call. That really confuses me because it seemed like Konami really hates 1-card scales. Like, why did you put that card to 1 then if you were just going to put it to 3 like a list later? That makes no sense to me. Obviously, the main reason they're doing this, it's kind of obvious. The Pendulum Evolution, I believe that's what the set is called, but there's a booster set that has all these new Pendulum Magicians that's going to be coming out in roughly, I want to say around in June, by the time this ban list becomes legal. So, obviously they want to sell that new Pendulum stuff. That new Pendulum stuff does look interesting. It does look fun. Obviously putting Skull Crobat to 3 and Pendulum Call to 3 and Wisdom Eye to 3, that will get people to want to buy that set. Now, that was the entire list. Very small list, but I don't think necessarily, if you told me there was a ban list tomorrow, I didn't necessarily think anything was needing to happen. I think the only other thing I would have done is probably put maybe Totally Awesome to 1, because I just feel like Paleozoics is just a deck right now. It's just not good right now, but once something like True Draco and Dinosaurs fade out, you're going to see people just jump back to Paleo. And as long as they have 3 Toad, Paleo will be a thing. It's just how it is. But anyway, that's it. That's all I have for you guys in this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.